everything that is outside of us is just a projection of our internal state. We don't attract what we want. We don't attract what we desire. We attract what we are. That's the key. Are you feeling stuck or lost and you don't know how to step out of it? Then you're in the right place. Hi everyone, I'm Kevlan. I'm a teacher and a healer. And in today's video, I want to talk about the process that maintains us in this feedback loop of negativity or this vicious circle. And then in the second half of the video, I want to share some practices and techniques that have been helping me along my journey to step out of this feedback loop. So I understand how hard it can be and how challenging it can be to rise above our external condition, and especially when this external condition is bringing us suffering, pain, hardship, and difficulties or challenging experiences. I've been there many times, done that, got the t-shirt, and I understand it's very hard to detach from this physical world and change our inner world in order to have a different outcome. But what we have to understand is the external world is just a projection of our internal state. And as a matter of fact, quantum physics says that based on this field of information we have around us that we call the biofield, and if you're not sure what the biofield is, I invite you to check out my past videos. But in short, the biofield is this field of information or this energy field that we have around us. So it's part of the body, but it vibrates at a frequency that is outside of the visible light spectrum. So that's the reason why we cannot see it, but it has been measured by using different devices many times. And in this biofield, we have basically the information about what we are. So all the information about what we think, our belief systems, how we feel is recorded into this field of information. And this field of information is a signal that we send to the external world. And based on this signal, the external world is going to manifest in such a way matching the frequency of the signal that we sent. So basically, in short, what it means is that whatever we're experiencing in our external reality is just a projection of our internal state. So it's matching the frequency of our internal state. Now, because 95% and neuroscience actually say that, and 95% of who we are, so it means 95% of the information that we have around us is part of the unconscious or the subconscious mind. So it means it's below our consciousness, or we're not even aware of what information we have in this biofield. So what it means is that when we are experiencing something that we don't like, these patterns that keep repeating itself again and again, no matter what we do, no matter what we change outside, just keep repeating again and again, or when we feel stuck and we just don't know how to get out of it, or when we're lost, we don't know what direction to give into our life, we have to understand that we are the ones sending the signal. So the good news is, because we are the ones sending the signal based on how we are, then we can change what we're going to manifest or what outcome we're going to attract into our life. So when we experience something that is hard or going through a very challenging experience, or we get through suffering or hardship, it means that our conscious mind is experiencing something that we don't like. So basically we are attracting or manifesting something, we are manifesting an outcome that our conscious mind doesn't like. That's the reason why, because we don't like this experience, we're going to start feeling bad, we're going to start feeling depressed, sad, and so on and so forth. The problem is, because we've been so conditioned to believe that our external world should affect our internal state, we're just going to remain and stay in this feedback loop of negativity, because we have this external world that we don't like, that brings us sadness and bad emotions. And when we have sadness and bad emotions, guess what? This is going to be recorded in our biofield. It's going to be recorded in our field of information that we have around us. And then we're going to send more of that. And then we're just going to reinforce whatever outcome we are manifesting right now. And then the universe is going to send back more of that. And then we're just going to stay, before we know it, we're just going to be stuck in that process of feeling bad, sending the signal, manifesting something, matching the frequency of what we are, and then continuously attracting the same experience again and again. So we have to understand that we can change the outside, the external, if we don't change the inside. Because everything, and that's the key that I want you to understand, is everything that is outside of us is just a projection of our internal state. We don't attract what we want. We don't attract what we desire. We attract what we are. That's the key. Now we have to match, or what we are has to be at the same frequency of what we want to attract what we want. But that's the reason why we stay stuck and maintain us in this feedback loop, constant feedback loop, because we are continuously affected by our external conditions. And the only way to really start changing this outside and stepping out this feedback loop of information, this feedback loop of experience or negativity, is to ride above it, beyond it, so that we can start changing what is manifesting that in the first place. We've been trained to change something external when we don't feel good inside, and then we are experiencing something difficult. We're just going to try to change something outside of us in order to change the pattern or change what we are experiencing. And it never works. It may work maybe for a little bit of time, but then, we're going to keep repeating that pattern again and again and again, no matter what we change, because in actuality, is nothing about the outside world. It's just everything starts inside. The mind, as I said in previous video, is a projector. So whatever we have in the mind, and it's even like the biofield is a projector of our reality. So what we are is what we attract at the same frequency. So I want you to understand that, because this is key to really, when I'll be talking about the different practices in the next, in a few minutes, it's really to understand that we are the one creating or co-creating whatever we're experiencing, whether we're liking it or not. And most of the time it's unconscious, so we're just attracting something or manifesting something, and that we don't like is just part of our unconscious, and that's why we don't like it, because it's not something we want to experience, but it's something that we are nonetheless. So if I look now at different practices and techniques that have been helping me to really start stepping out this feedback loop, is to understand that whatever we are attracting or whatever we are manifesting is our own responsibility. So I would say the first practice is to acknowledge that this experience carries a message. When I am experiencing something that I don't like, it means my conscious self doesn't like the outcome we are currently manifesting. So it means there is something in the unconscious part of myself that I need to change, because I cannot change my outside world if I don't change inside. And when I say change, is I need to let go of something. There is something in my visible field of information that keep repeating or attracting the same outcome that my conscious self doesn't like. So now the conscious self is observing, thanks to whatever we are attracting into our life, something that we don't like and we need to let go of. So the first practice when I get stuck is recognizing that every experience that we have carries a message. And when I am being able to become a little bit more the observer, okay, I'm experiencing something, I'm going to step out of this feedback loop of experience, detach from the outcome. Okay, there is something I don't like, I'm going to detach from it. Now I know consciously that, okay, there is something I don't like. Why am I manifesting this? And I usually talk to the universe and say, what do I need to understand now? What is the message for me? I have your attention. I see it now. What is the message for me? And I usually ask my guides, and you can ask universe, God, the creator, whatever you want to call it. And every time I do so, without any expectations, I can assure you I always had an answer about something that I need to let go of, or something that I need to change, or something that I need to heal. And that's what the healing part is, really letting go of something so that I can change my external outcome. I can change my external conditions. So the first practice is really detaching a little bit yourself from what you're currently experiencing and recognizing that, okay, there is a message for me. Life is trying to teach me something. What is the message for me? And then put your hands on your heart, ask your guide, close your eyes and say, I have your attention. What is the message for me? What do I need to understand? Inspire me, show me the way, direct me to what I need to change or what I need to let go of. And every time I've done this, sooner or later, and it's usually in an unexpected way, I got an answer, and then everything becomes more clear. And now that once you know what it is, then you can focus on it. The second practice I wanted to tell you to really help you stepping out this feedback loop is intention. Where intention goes, energy flows. So once you are in this feedback loop of negativity, or you're going through something difficult, a hardship, a suffering, a very hard experience, you're trying to, step out of it. Intention. And as I said again, where intention goes, energy flows. When you have this intention of, I feel ready now, I've experienced enough, it's starting to become unbearable, that I can see it now, I'm ready to change, I'm ready to let go of whatever, because the change, and that's really what happened. Usually we don't want to change because the suffering is not as strong as the fear of change. But once we are suffering so hard, then the fear of change is not as strong as what the suffering. Now we feel ready to change. So intention is really key to really start moving the energy towards your new life, towards your transformation, towards your change. And again, transformation from the inside out, so that you can see the results of what you are currently manifesting and currently what you are inside. So intention, having this intention, and again, if you want to feel free because you feel stuck in a certain condition, then have this intention of freedom. And when you have this intention, I would say it goes with the third practice that I use is affirmation. And I know some people, they don't really like affirmation because they think it's just something you say, but it doesn't do anything. I've been practicing affirmation for years now, and I do it every day. And the way I see it, the way I see affirmation is really to train the mind. We've been conditioned to believe certain things, and we have very limiting belief system about a lot of stuff. We have this mind, which is the box. I call it the box. It's very narrow and compressed. And you want to open it more and more and more and more, and train the mind to see things that you've never been taught to see, or even about yourself. So I use affirmation every day about something I want to become myself. I want something I want to change inside of me. If I want to be more free, I usually put my hand on my heart again. I close my eyes, and again, it's really being in the present moment when you do it. You don't want to think about something else or doing something else and say, hey, I've done my affirmation. No, you have to be in the present, because there's the only thing that exists is the present moment. The rest is just energy that will be leaked into the future. But if you want to have your energy and put this energy behind your affirmation, you have to be in the present moment. So once I'm in the present moment, what I usually do is I close my eyes and I repeat 3 times whatever I want to train my mind to think of, and having this, when it becomes easier and easier for me to believe in it. And even if it doesn't show up in my external condition yet, but if I want to be free, even if my external condition is still not showing me my freedom, I want to be free, I just repeat 3 times, I am free, or I am freedom. And when I say it, I really mean it. I see the frequency or the vibration of the word of freedom when I say it. I'm very connected to the word that I say. And I repeat it 3 times, and sometimes freedom, sometimes many different things. But I keep training my mind toward these words and whatever I want to believe more and more, what even if my external condition is not showing it to me. So I'm detaching from my external condition and trying to train my mind to believe that is not currently experiencing what my external condition is showing it to me. Number 3 is visualization. It's really what I guess is number 4. Number 4 is visualization, and it goes really with intention and affirmation. All of this goes together. But visualization, and some people they use a vision board, something they want to manifest, and I think it's a great idea. I don't necessarily use vision board, but I try to, every time I have a little bit of time, I try to close my eyes and visualize whatever I want to manifest. But the key here is, and even it goes the same with affirmation, is having this feeling that you're free and seeing yourself that you're free. And sometimes because I'm so convinced that I'm experiencing it, even if my external condition is not showing it to me, I have emotion of gratitude that, oh, I'm currently experiencing it. Inside of me, I'm experiencing it, even if it's still not showing up in my external world. But inside of me, I am experiencing it. And that's usually when the magic happens. Is really when you're able to rehearse this process and again every single day, be consistency and repeating and rehearsing this process of intention, affirmation, visualization, while having this feeling and being so convinced that you are currently experiencing what you want to manifest or what you want to change into your life, or stepping out this feedback loop of negativity, is usually when you start to see the magic, and when you start to see synchronicity, you start seeing signs and think that life is really directing you towards what you've been experiencing inside of you. You don't have to believe my word, just try it for yourself, experience it. There's nothing, you have nothing to lose. Just take 5 minutes of your time every single day and have this intention of stepping out of your current situation, of your external condition, rising above this external condition, and train your mind with this intention and affirmation every single day. Train it just to see it, even if your life is not showing it to you. And then as you keep training it, you're going to have more feeling of you being convinced about experiencing this outcome, even if it hasn't been manifested yet. Number 5 is mindfulness. And again, I talked about being in the present moment, and that's what I want to insist here is there's only one thing that exists, is the present moment. The rest is just past or future, but it's not here and now. And practicing mindfulness, and especially when you are this feedback loop of information, or that gives you anxiety and stress, and it's very hard to detach out of it, just try to be more mindful. And sometimes what I do is, when it's very hard to be in the present moment because my mind is constantly focusing on this stuff that I want to change, I try to do something, an activity that really brings me in the present, such as singing. I like to sing, so I'm just going to put the lyrics in something and I'm going to start singing. And when I do so, I usually forget about my condition and I'm going to be in the present moment, and it's going to bring me these good feelings. That's why you want to change. You want to change the feeling. You want to change the information that you have in your energy field that we keep sending to the external world. So if you like singing, or sometimes I like to dance, so I'm going to be just dancing, and feel more in the present, feel more mindful of my current state of being. Or if you like to garden, you can garden, or maybe play with your kids, because kids are amazing. They are teachers on how we want to live our life and how present we want to be. They are so carefree. They are always in the present. So play with your kid, and it's going to really help you to stop sending this signal of sadness or lower frequency emotions or lower frequency state of being, because that's why you're going to reinforce and keep attracting into your life. If you want to know more, and I get much more in the science about this feedback loop of information, the quantum physics, what quantum physics says, and the pattern, and what we keep attracting this and reinforcing this with our biofield. So if you want to know more about the science behind it, I invite you to check out my book on Amazon, The Science of Breaking Free. I left the link down below in the description. If you want to book a session with me, one-on-one session with me, I also left a link down below for my website. Just check it out, and there's a link where you can contact me directly. If you like this video, if you like the content of this video, like the video, share it with your friends and family, always help, and spread the word around you. And in the meantime, I will see you in the next one.